More now on the Trayvon Martin case, and why did a special prosecutor decide to forego a grand jury in the shooting death of that Florida teen? The special prosecutor's decision puts George Zimmerman's fate in her hands and her hands alone. Joining me this morning is Miami criminal defense lawyer and former U.S. Attorney Kendall Coffey. Kendall, it's good to see you, and as we've been talking about the prosecutor's office, they were able to put out this short statement yesterday, before today, the April 10th date, cautioning that the decision should not be considered a factor in the final determination of this case. Still, Kendall, people speculate, what this could all mean about the status of the investigation, and either side can spin it to be beneficial to them, can't they?
Well, they can, but what it means for sure is that she is not requiring that she gives herself cover for her decision. Because in a case like this, where she clearly has all the authority she needs to make the charging decisions one way or the other, she could, if she wanted to deflect criticism, convene a grand jury and say, well, that's what the grand jury decided one way or the other. She chose not to do that, which suggests a couple things. One, she may have plenty of backbone in moxie, which is consistent with what we've heard about her already. And two, she may not need cover. And frankly, if she's making a decision to charge with some kind of crime, that's not a decision that is going to need cover. If she decides not to bring charges, then she better have a darn good explanation.
All right, so Kendall, some have called the prosecutor's decision a vindication for the Martin family. Others say potentially this benefits Zimmerman's side. But if we talk about the fact of what authorities could go ahead and charge, in your legal opinion, Kendall, what would authorities potentially be able to charge? A lot of people, tell you this isn't premeditated murder, it's not first-degree murder. What could they get to stick?
Well, and I don't think this decision about not going to the grand jury is a victory for anyone. It just tells us this special prosecutor is taking full ownership of what she's going to do. There's a range of charges, and obviously no one is seriously saying that this is premeditated first-degree murder. I think that's off the table. And by the way, the fact that she's not using a grand jury eliminates any possible of a capital charge. The likely scenarios under state law are manslaughter, but there are also cases involving assault, aggravated assault using firearms. And I think that's the zone that she's probably studying. As we've also heard, the federal authorities are taking a look under their hate crimes jurisdiction. But keep in mind that the feds have two burdens, not only to prove an illegal killing, but they would also have to show by evidence beyond a reasonable doubt that it was motivated by racism. And so far, it's far from clear that they have that kind of evidence to show that this was a racially motivated shooting.
Kendall Coffey. Kendall, thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Okay, Thomas, thanks for having me.